Hello, beautiful people. It's Robert Thomas here, and today I'm here with my bookshelf. So we actually got this bookshelf at the beginning of the year, and I arranged my books quickly because I was trying to get the other shelf out of the way. I knew I was going to want to rearrange it, and I finally figured out kind of how I want to do it. So I'm going to be clearing this bookshelf off. There are a lot of books here, as you can see. We're only halfway through the year. I read about 6 books a month, and I plan on filling it up more, but as you can see, these are basically full. So I'm going to be clearing this off while simultaneously getting together my old bookshelf. So I just moved the old bookshelf from here to our entryway. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do. And so now it's time because I'm ready to get my entryway together while rearranging these books so that I can really, honestly, because I only want my books to be on here. I don't want anybody else's books to be on here. I want this to be my bookshelf. So I'm about to do some rearranging. We got books that I've read. Quincy read all different types of books, mainly mine. And then at the bottom, we have some kid books. We got some DVDs, CDs. And yeah, so I'm just about to move this out the way, or not move this out the way, but rearrange this so that I can make room for more of my books to go. Okay, so I thought we'd chat a little bit while doing so. So my top shelf currently is of self-help books, informative books, and then I got some biographies up here, or like books that I guess some celebrities have written. They're not staying on here, so let's remove those first. And I already have them like according to height, so I'm gonna keep that because so I don't have to do that part over again. So I basically have them categorized. So all of these are like informative, kind of like informative books about history and black books. Quincy and I had a time where we were like strictly pro-black. Like we black, of course, but we had a time. And then biographies, autobiographies, and he got this for his birthday. I think his mom gave him 1 year. I don't know if it was his birthday or not, but he got Malcolm X. This one, I was like, Gabrielle Union is. I thought that she was different, and after reading it, I was like, for sure, for sure, she gives me that. But it's cool. I think it takes a lot of courage to be honest. I think it takes a lot of courage to be honest and to put your true self out there for people to evaluate and judge. Because I was doing it. I was judging. I don't even know what this is. Quincy's book. I never read this. That's another thing I'm doing. I'm gonna get rid of some books because I don't like to be a hoarder. Like I don't like to hoard things. I want the books up here to reflect the things that I really love and I really enjoy. I want to be able to say, yeah, I love that book. You know, you should try that one or something. I don't want to be like, I hate that book. And it's like, well, why do you still have it? I don't know. Like, I'm not just trying to hoard. But I never got into reading this book. I wanted to be nosy, and then I decided I don't care. And then all of these. It's cute. I think I may just like put this just like this on the other bookshelf. I don't know. But right here, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I love this one, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. I read this one when I started my bread business, and I really, really enjoyed that. This is a black version of Think and Grow Rich. Four Agreements, that right there is probably one of the most powerful books in this house. It's so small, but it's extremely powerful. And then the Fifth Agreement, this one right here, I read this one over 10 years ago, or maybe about 10 years ago. This one changed the way I thought about God and Christ and being I guess a Christian and believing and stuff like that. This one right here really took me on a roller coaster. Like I was in that phase of like removing myself from the church. I grew up in church. If y'all know, I grew up in church. I'm talking about 4-5 days a week. Okay. So I grew up in church, but as I got older, I really wanted to have my own connection with Christ. And that took me down some paths, down some paths. But I'm really happy that I read this one before I started that journey, because it 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 meant a lot. I don't even want to get into it like that, but it meant a lot. I never read this one. I heard that was good. Seed of the Soul. Most of these, like this one's Quincy, that one's Quincy's. I bought that. I used this. I actually just used this. And then The Power of Now. I think Quincy read that one. And then Quincy, and then the Bible, and then astrology. Which, so I used to be really into zodiac signs, like my zodiac sign. So if we're going off of the signs that were, I'm a Leo. I don't know if y'all have ever seen, I got this really big, huge lion on my back, and it also says Leo, and this, like, I was like, baby, I'm a Leo, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. But the older I've gotten, the more, and honestly, the closer I've gotten with Christ, the more I stray away from those things, because I feel like it gives you a excuse not to be a good person. And I'm speaking from experience, right? I used to be like, I'm just one, I'm just this, I'm just this. It's like, no, you're hurting people's feelings. Like, you shouldn't talk like that, you know. And I know, I feel like it gives people an excuse to look to it and say, okay, this is why I am the way that I am, as opposed to, I don't know, looking at it, seeing it, dissecting it, and going, okay, that's not good. I need to change that. So yeah, I've been debating on if I want to keep it or if I want to give that away. I haven't opened it in years, but I don't know. Okay, so let's go down to the bottom. So down here we have, and I'm sure all of those books are gonna fall. When Quincy's in college, this is the Introduction into Black Studies. He really liked this. I think his teacher was the author of this one. Was it? The book his mom gave us. This book. This was the first, what am I reading? Book. So I have not picked it up since then. I kind of want to keep it for nostalgia purposes, and because it was a good book. I got some taboo in there that people, yeah. Anyways, I really enjoyed that book. But Quincy actually read it first, and then I read it. Another one of Quincy's book. I purchased this one because you know how to say like the books are better than the shows and the movies. Now I have experienced that before, but I just thought, like, I don't know, I thought maybe I would want to read it, and I've had this book for like 3 or 4 years, and I have not picked it up. So I read that one. That's Quincy. A lot of the books that Quincy has read, he did it while he was on deployment. So he has some entertaining ones like this. He likes like adventures and different stuff. He probably would not read this today, but back then it helped him pass the time. And then, like I said, I got some DVDs back here. I should probably keep these. It's like one of my favorite TV shows of all times. I am super goofy, and I love corny stuff. Come on now. Last Dragon, that's one of Quincy's favorite movies. Say that out in the A robot. What else is right here? Come on now. Couple of classics. Come on now, Eddie Murphy. We got that. Come on now. Uh-oh. I forgot we had Get Out. We had to Get Out. Like, this is an instant black classic. We had to Get Out. And then down here, a whole bunch of kids' books. Favorite. We love How About Fish. Pizza Cat is a hit in my house, obviously. Is your mama alone? I read this book for like a month straight. Where the Wild Things Are. That's a good one. Oh. Who this for? 19. This was Denzel's first book. It says your very first book from Daddy and Mom, and we love you with all of our hearts and can't wait to finally meet you. I didn't know that. I'm glad he was a boy. What the wild things are. We didn't know that we were having a boy. We waited to surprise ourselves. The little engine, yes. Listen, this, The Rainbow Fish, was one of my favorite books growing up. That's good. Math book, and then The World is Awake. Love that. Good one for Christian babies. Sharks. My baby boy Denzel loves animals. I love my white shoes. Hey, we get busy when we doing our readings with the kids. Classic Lucas. They need to come out more seasons of Lucas the Spider on Netflix. We love that. Another one for Christian kids. God hears when you pray. Denzel. The Beginner's Bible. Don't matter what season, we reading this book. Loves for reading never cease, mama. Summer 25. So last year, thinking I'm gonna, read a chapter like before they took their naps or kind of like they cool down in the summertime. Maybe we got to chapter 3 and I was like, yeah, it's a no for me, it's a no for them. Hit. Pow Pow Fish is a hit over here, okay? But anyways, doesn't matter because it's not gonna be a hit over here. Y'all gotta go. Here I currently have the books that I'm reading. Some of those are in the back. And then I have my, what are these, series. And then all of these in the front right here are series. And in the back, I have, I think on this side are books that it didn't do it for me like I wanted it to. So those books I'll most likely be getting rid of. And then on this side, I have my, don't ask me why I'm like this, but on this side I have my really ghetto urban literature. So there's a difference between like contemporary romance and urban literature. So urban literature books like urban erotica, I guess is what you can call it. Stuff like this. It's a lot of, most of the times it's a lot of hood stuff. It's a lot of drugs involved, killings, and for lack of better words, almost like a lot of disrespectful stuff, like the way the men talk, the way they treat women, the way the women just don't value themselves. It's actually pretty sad, but like when you think about it for real. But erotic literature and urban literature, while they have, it's like they have a lot of, people like to call it smut or open door romance. They have a lot of that, and the story, while maybe interesting and keep you like intrigued and stuff like that, it don't really do nothing for me no more. Like reading those books in high school when I wasn't supposed to be reading them, it was cool. Like it was, it was a world that I didn't know of. I wasn't active or anything. I mean, I've been married for over 10 years now, so I mean, come on. But like reading those is just like, it was a total different world. And as opposed to like contemporary romance, right, where there is, like, for instance, the first book that got me on that was Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I will forever love Kennedy Ryan for getting me on track of the books that I really like to read. This is like real life people and couples and like going through stuff. To where some of them do have a lot of sex in there, but a lot of them only have like a handful of scenes. A lot of them are like slow burns, and I really love slow burns. To me, that's what these books are like. All of these books, this is probably the last batch of super ghetto, gots to read it books that actually enter in that series. But anyways, but all of these books down here are books that I absolutely love. Ooh. Okay, not absolutely love, but I liked it enough. I'm looking at like, someone was like, someone was cool. Some of them I would absolutely not read again, actually. So I lied, that's not what this shelf is. So in the front, absolutely. In the back, currently, let me scoop these over because I have some here that I read this year. Hold on, where does it start? Okay, it starts right here in this moment. I was like, oh, see, I'm reading these right now, so I need these to be seen. So I'm gonna put these up here. I would like to try to get from like the two, like not having two rows. That's what I'm trying to say. To not having 2 rows, but I don't know. And I want to keep it in order of the ones that I read them. And so I think I made these together. I don't know, I feel like I need to do this. So I'm gonna just do it like that. Like that, like that. Like, come on, come on, come on. Do it like that. And see, eventually, once I get done, like with all my books this year, I'm gonna find a way to place them right to where they're supposed to go. Yeah. Okay, so that's actually perfect for right now. And then I have I read Milo this year in Malachi. I think that was last year. Oh, these are what? I'm like being very forgetful right now. No, these are part of the series. But I feel like that's what happened. I read some this year and I embedded it in this. What did I read is the question. Oh, To Be Loved, Last Man on Earth. That's going to be down here as one of my favorites. And Half on the Baby right here. Offensive Formations here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Offensive Formations here. The Scammer, which was really good, is down here. And I only had a month that I was behind or whatever. Yeah, I think I want to put my series kind of down lower and then put my favorite standalones up here. So I'm going to move these down. And I'm just going to put them down here right now. Yeah, okay. So these are all good books that I would recommend for people to read. They're not in any particular order of favorites, but they are favorites. So let's see, how do I want to do this? You see how I don't really have my books, like, I don't know if you can tell from right here, but I don't really care for like height and all that stuff or color coding. It's more so, how does the book make me feel? Okay, so I'm gonna move this down because these I absolutely want in the front, okay? I know that I want these people to see these titles when they come in this area. I know that, right? Now, these books right here are books that I am not gonna read again. I did not like, and when I say I'm not gonna read again, they could have been good, right? It's just maybe not my flavor. Like for instance, What You Leave Behind, this actually was a good book. Like it taught you a little bit of history, but it's not romance and I don't care. I don't care for it. I really don't care for it. So this is just not a book that I'll read again for myself. So this will be sold. Same thing with this one. This one was okay. I read another book of hers, which is in my favorite stack right here. So this book right here is what made me get this book. This book, just, if I read this one first, maybe, and then this one, but this right here, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So that made this one like, Love Is Patient. This was the most boring. I was trying to find me like some Christian romances. This is the most boring book I've ever read in my life. I did not finish it. It was so boring. No Ordinary Love was cool, but it was like, it was just cool. There was nothing special about it to me. Not about a boy. When I tell y'all this book is not about a boy, and all of the comments, all of the Amazon reviews or like was like, y'all, this book is absolutely not about a boy. I thought they was lying. I did. I thought it was absolutely going to be centered around a boy, and it's not. This book is excellent. Just don't care because it's not about a boy. The Loyal Wife. It was cool. It was cool. I just read better. If you have some Christian books that are closed door romances, let me know. But they are good. Let me know, because like definitely. So The Housemaid, it was great. I don't know if I want to keep this one or not, because I'm not gonna read it again. I'm not gonna read it again. And the other two, the second one actually was good. Second one was good too. The third one, I didn't finish the third one. I may get rid of this series together. I think it's a fourth book that comes with it, but because I didn't finish the third one, I didn't really care to go to the fourth, obviously. The Other Mistress, don't remember it. D, E, and F did not finish. They were so stupid in this book. I couldn't do it. The stupidity was just, Never read it. Never read it. I tried to read it. They rave so much. Look, you see, this is where I stopped on page 14. I refuse to torture myself when this is something that I'm doing for fun. It's people talk so much about it, and I think it probably is a really good book. It's just, I don't care. Because it ain't talking about being in love, or maybe it is, but it's more so focused on like these girls who are pregnant. I thought I wanted something deeper, but I did not care for that. A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. Tia Williams. This one was cool. Oh, now I'm getting to the books that I actually like, so I'm keeping this. I do want to say this though, because I was bashing the Christian books. This one right here. Oh my God. Loving the Prophetess. This is a story. This is a journey. This right here. Look at it on the back. Look. This was really good, and it's closed door, and it is about his relationship or finding his way back to God in Christ, and it's so real. It's so real, the stuff that he goes through, like lust and friendships. Like when you're trying to turn over a new leaf, for people who seem to be walking that path, but then you start to walk that path, you realize like, oh, you ain't walking that path. This was really good. But yeah, so all of these books that I just talked about, they're going to be sold or given away or something at some point. So I'm not keeping those. All is good. Those can go in the back. So I'm going to, and if I'm being honest, if I'm being real, I hated this book. They drove me so wild. I love me a spin the block romance. Spin the block romances is in my top 3 types of romance to read. But after reading the first one, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to read something flawless from an author and then read something that's not. So, and it's not even, I think I was more so annoyed with the characters than I was with like the actual story. And I kept it because I told myself, I was like, well, maybe I'll finish it, because I've heard that other characters or the other brothers in here, like people like their stories, but I think I'm gonna get this one away too. I'm actually gonna put this with a standalone now that I don't have the series. And I wonder if they'll all go up there without me. I think we're actually not. Yeah, I'm never reading this book again. It was good, but should I keep it? This is the first book I read for my book club. It's pretty nostalgic. I'm never reading it again. I wouldn't really suggest anybody else read it either. Okay, these are my favorites. That's pretty slim. But I do have some other ones down here that I like, not necessarily favorites, but I did like them. So 7 Days in June is really good. until you read other books. Like, so you talk about like slow burns. When they finally got together, I actually was like, I was actually a little disappointed. Like, it just wasn't, it didn't give me fireworks. Because these are not necessarily my favorites, but they're really good. I just talked about that one. The Perfect Fine, this was really good. If you watch the movie on Netflix, it's not that different, but there are some differences, and I don't like the differences that they made. Y'all gotta read it. This is on Quiet Street. For me, this not to be a romance book, this one was good. Suspense books. These two, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. I was popcorn. This has so much suspense in it. Oh my goodness. This one was 2 stories in one. Woo! 2 stories in one. But yeah. Woo! This is good. And I didn't even, I had no idea who did it. Ooh. Tiffany D. Jackson. You just be careful, because I read this book and then at the end I was like, relationship goes. I love Christina C. Jones. Yellow Wife. This was a good one. This is a historical one. And she can pass for white because she's mixed. And another slave owner basically comes to like purchase her. And I just, because she told them people, when they told her, you know, strip yourself in so we can bid on you and see how much you gonna cost and all that, she was like, I am not taking my clothes off. Like, y'all got me messed up. I am a lady. That's what she said. I'm never reading these books again. Yeah. They had a little scene in there where I thought her and the dad was gonna, like the nurse and the dad, but they didn't. Let me see. Take the Long Way Home. Oh, I remember this. Oh, not bad. Not reading it again. That's good, but I wouldn't. But should I keep it for the people? The people! Real. Ooh, songs of Ari. Ooh, spicy. Ashanti. Girl, this and I'm sure my other favorite. I'm looking for this in my hand. Hurricane Summer. She gonna write a story. I guess these are 2 like coming of age stories. She did beautiful. This one had me pissed off. You talking about pissed? So pissed. Nah. Look, I was sitting here thinking like, oh, I think I am gonna have some room. Maybe I can put my kids' books back down there. No. Movies here. I'm currently rereading Ezra. I actually literally, like, before I started this, just finished with The Covenant with Ezra, and now in love with Ezra, Bun with Ezra. All of those, I'm gonna finish those. I feel like, I think she's supposed to have another one of these coming. I really want her to hurry up because I love this series. So there's a 3rd book that came out, and I've been seeing mixed reviews. I can understand why people say it's a negative, is these books happen at the same time. So it's a little bit confusing because it's a book of 3 best friends. So this is one best friend, it's another one, and then the 3rd book is the other best friend. And all these are kind of happening around her birthday party. And so when I first picked this one up to read it, I was like, huh? You know, and so I had to understand that. But I'll eventually get it and see what the 3rd one is about. But it's really good. I like it. Let me say it. In this moment, this was one of 4, and I read the other 3 this year, so that's why that is there by itself. Okay, now I'm gonna just move these here. Ooh, eee. I just read 2 more of J.L. Sears books. I like me some JL. Okay. Robbie Renee. I got to find some more Robbie Renee books. I think she did good with hers too. Kingmaker. And that's another thing I like about Kimmy Ryan. These are Kimmy Ryan's books. These three right here, Kingmaker, The Rebel King, and Queen Move. This is a series. You're not going to read the same thing twice of hers. Like, when I say they take you somewhere else, like this was like full of politics. Matter of fact, the two characters in here wasn't even black. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna teach you so much. She's gonna teach you so much while giving you all the spice and all the love and all the romance a girl could ask for. This is the first part of the other book I put up there earlier. I read this year. These are books I'm absolutely probably not reading again. Jasmine Glory. People like her books. I think they're cute. I don't like cute. If you know me, I'm not a cute person. I'm gonna leave that at that. How this is in here, in the I'm not gonna read it again, I have absolutely no idea, because this is a favorite. This cute little book basically had me crying. The Product Plan, that's the same thing. So Ashley and Tanette, right? Love, love, love. The Product Plan, what's her name? Yaya. Yaya is actually in the books about ethic. Where is ethics? Books. Oh, y'all see me get nervous. This is ethic, this is butterfly. But so Yaya is a part of ethics life. But this was before. I was trying to go back because I really like ethic. So I was trying to go back to see how he became who he became, but I can't do it. I can't. It's really hard for me to go back on somebody's work. I can't do it. This book did not like. And see, that's what it is. These books were good. I'm just not gonna read them again. These books I really like, right? So this one, we're starting at the books that I didn't like. These are all books that I was like, those are good. Not reading them again. Hold on. Well, I ain't gonna do that. This one, I dislike this. Let me not say, because I was gonna say I dislike this book so much. I didn't dislike it so much. I just thought it could have been a lot better. I read another book, The Coldest Secret Ever. I read another book that was kind of similar to this, and I felt, and after this actually, and I felt that they delivered perfectly. And this one just missed the mark. It's like the idea of it was wonderful. And I know people who love India Ray's books. It's enough for me though. Lila. Y'all see my review on it. Selfish. I wanted to like this book. I did. It just wasn't, it didn't hit it for me. It didn't hit it for me. It didn't hit it for me. And it actually wasn't freaky enough for me. And again, yes, I like my books. I like my books to have. And that's the thing though. People, I have had moments where I've been like, I don't know, I was nervous. Like I had my books, my reviews on my story at first, you know, just kind of like typing out. But then I kept getting, every month that I would do my reviews, I kept getting people, you know, inviting me like, I can hear you saying it, or I can see you saying it. People who have known me like in the past, like, I can hear you saying it, or laughing because they can visualize me and my commentary about the books. And I was like, dang, you know, I don't know, like people seeing like some of the reactions from the books, like, sex is a beautiful thing. I think that, and as a married person, I think I would hope that all married people feel that way. And so when it comes to these books, it's not that I do want that involved, because that is a very heavy in my marriage. That is very heavy in my marriage. That is very important in my marriage. And I love the connections of like these people coming together. Like, I think people use sex for recreational and pleasurable purposes, and they just miss the beauty of the intimacy that comes from a penis going into a vagina. Like, that is such a connection. Like, that's why I'm rereading
the Ezra series right now because to be in covenant, right? In covenant with Ezra, they basically got married, like, not pretty much strange. They were married like after 5 months, but I don't know. It's like that connection that is really, it really, really, truly is a spiritual thing, and it could cultivate you and your spouse to be like greater. So I really love these books because like lust is something that people work really hard at, like they battle that, I think sometimes. But in these books, like these men, they really remind me of my husband. Like there are characteristics of these men that remind me of my husband, which is why I like these books. This is why it's hard for me to like, I can read hood books, right? I can read hood books because it's the mentality. Like as long as it's good, it's the mentality of the person, right? He was getting out of the life. Like he wasn't like in it. But even for the ones who are in it, it's really like, it's not that you got a whole bunch of money. It's not that you have a whole bunch of power. It's that people respect you to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? I just got done with a series by L. Kaysen, and I was just like, it's interesting enough to keep going, but these men are so disrespectful. Like it's such a turn off. It was very hard for me to get into the book because the men were just like, ugh. Anyways, when I think of you, don't remember it. Only for the week. People love this book, and actually, she just came out with a second one. I don't remember it. You know, that's a problem for me. 1 Week in Paradise. This kind of gives you the same. This is like the same book, different characters. Outdrawn was okay. I felt like the cover more than anything. This is one of the nastiest books I've ever read. Quincy actually got me. Quincy got me this for our anniversary 2 years ago, I think. But it's white people. And no offense. White people cool. I might keep it. I'm putting it away and keep it out. Lick. This actually was very an urban erotic thriller. This actually was very straight to the point. Don't care for it. The Bridesmaid, it was cool. Thick of Love, don't remember it. Untouchable. This was straight. I don't like simps. People love this book. I just seen on the Black Girl book club them talking about this. It's enough for me. And then we got our Zanes and our Noors. I told myself I was actually going to reread some of these books. But I'm not, because I know Addicted was good. I don't remember Afterburn. I didn't like The Other Side of the Pillow. Sex Chronicles 2. You have to be a really good author for me to get into a short story that has sex involved. If I can't see why the characters are in love or they're attracted to each other, or, you know, if I don't feel like the man is like, you know, got a hunger to him, and understand why is it this girl that you want? The whole thing matters to me. How did y'all get here? Why do y'all like each other? Like, since when? How? And, you know, Succulent, X-rated, don't remember. Busybodies, another one of those. Why do I have so many of those? Missionary No More, Purple Pennies 2. This is another one? Sexual Healing, don't remember. Nervous was great. Nervous? I just told y'all, India Ray, I'm actually thinking about this one. This one did what India Ray's The Coldest Secret Ever was trying to do. I'm keeping that one. The Sisterhood of the APF. It was cool. I don't want it though. Unzipped. Red. Don't care. Candy Liquor. I actually remember this. This one was good. Delicious. Don't remember. Don't care. This was the very first book that got me into urban erotica. For all the women who think that this is going to get you, I don't even know, you ain't doing nothing but going into fire. This was good. G-Spot was good. G-Spot was good, and then I read this one. This one came after this one, The Legend. Ooh, and there's a particular detail I remember in this one that made me get this one, and then when it came out, like, the truth came out about why he didn't do that. I was like, this one was really good. Okay, got a lot of books I'm gonna get rid of. I hope y'all read. I think Chris gonna let me not put my baby books down here. I think gonna come in and be like, "Mommy, you lost your mind." Is that a lot of books? They probably didn't need this. Yes, I share with my books. It's really hard because I want everything that I like to be seen. To be seen. I don't feel like this is really hard. Yes, I like this one. This is good. Novella, real. Got the other one that coming up. I possibly could put authors together, but this is not a series. These are just two good books. That's going to be part of a series, so I can put this down here maybe for the future. No, because I'll just rearrange my bookshelf when that time comes. Okay. Camera clicks. Yellow wave. All of these are good. No one compares to you. That's these are cute. I can't even die. These are cute. I got these little cheap bookends. I'm sure I can find some that Quincy will pay for. I tried to show him some bookends. It was so cute, but that was like $25 a piece. He was like, "Yeah, you lost your mind." I was like, But it's okay, because I probably will find something a little bit better. That's my hope, is I find some other ones I like better. Because those were cute. Yeah, did it like that. Right there, like that. Start my scenes here. Really want so open and not. Okay, I'm sure you're going to do that, but I did not shoot it. Okay, I'll put my kids' books back here. I'll put them back. Since I got rid of, like, it's probably a stack of like 20 something books. Okay, so I got rid of a lot of books. I made a lot of space. And now I'm really just gonna go and put my kids' books back on the bottom. And then I'm going to go and start on the other bookshelf. So yeah,